Okay guys, we are back and ready to add our details. I am going to work on that. Let's get started. So I've gone through and sped this part of the video up, otherwise this video would take way too long. I'm just going through and lining out with my acrylic pen marker for the chimneys. This is the first time that I've ever used this brand of acrylic marker. I really like how this turned out. I like how they glided. I like how vibrant these colors seem to be. They stand out really well. We are about to move on to the wreaths. I do plan on making a video of maybe a review of the different acrylic markers that I have used. That should be sometime in the future. I don't know when I'll make the time to do that, but I do plan on making one. Moving on to the bows here. I just wanted a little something just so they just weren't completely red. I think that I would do this in a different color. Besides black, I just don't know which color I would have picked. Okay, so we have everything painted. Let me pull everything here into frame for you. Make sure that you can see all that we've gotten done. Okay, so everything is painted. Now, all we have to do is assemble our pieces. So for this, because I want it to glue quickly, I am going to be using Loctite super glue. I love this stuff. It's very quick, very strong, holds together really well, and you only need a very small amount. Here I pick up and just move it so that I can make sure I'm lined up with everything. Again, Loctite, you really don't need much. There are different sizes. So this area is smaller, this area is larger. So I'm going to be mindful of that because I don't want it to look like this. I want it to either be big on the top or big on the bottom, but not a big and a small. Okay, so for this wreath, I just realized that the bow that I cut is slightly too small. I will make sure that that is fixed in our file. For this purpose, I am going to paint this part red, and we will carry on from there. So I'm just going to be doing the tails. Okay, while we wait for the larger wreath to dry, where we just touched up the ribbons, I am going to finish assembling this chunky house. We just need one of the holly berries. Well, holly leaves, holly plant, I don't know what this is. I don't remember though if these are. Okay, one seems to be a little bit bigger, so we'll stick that one there, and yes, that will be perfect. Okay. Can start to see it coming together, and it looks so cute. Okay, so I am just going to put a little dab, clean some of that off, just a small dab, if I can get this crusty stuff off of my super glue. We're going to put a small dab right here in the top center, and then one there and one there about midway. Press and hold just for a few seconds. I like to do tippy tappy fingers because sometimes it's just a little bit fun. Okay, so for this one, I know, let's see, where am I gonna go with this? Okay, so I can go here, small dab, and right there, and right, I'm gonna put it right here in the little center of the bow. I'm pretty sure that will line up really well. Make sure that I keep this on straight. I don't want slanted bows hanging funny on my house. Okay, that's going to go in as close to the same area as I possibly can. Okay, again, center of the bow, like where the knot would be. I know I can go right here. And right here on the edges of this line. Look at how cute that is. I'm so excited. That is so cute. I really like how that one turned out. That's really cute. Let's get this area a little bit darker. That looks great. Just that right there looks pretty amazing. I apologize in advance. I had to do a voiceover on this part. My dog was sitting outside of the door barking. So we're just making sure that this bow is going to work after having to paint that section because it was slightly too small. to go onto the ribbon section of that wreath. We're just adding a little bit of the glue and we will attach that, and it works perfectly. I cannot believe how incredibly cute this whole project ended up coming out. I'm so very pleased with it, and I really can't wait for you guys to see it. I know I'm speaking about it before it's done, but I'm so excited. I don't hate that. I think it gives it a little more dimension. See, sometimes accidents happen, and that's okay. All right, so we are going to get our little leaves put on this window. Again, just halfway at that top section on either side. I'm starting to really love this. Okay. Yeah, I think that's gonna work just the way we need it to. So just a little bit above there, here and here. Where else can we put it? Right here. Okay, that is all the glue I'm going to use. I love the shiplap look. You can stain it, paint it any color that you would like. And guys, I will be providing a printout of a finished product that should help you know where to lay this down at. Okay, now this piece is going to puzzle piece into this house. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab home. So what I'm going to do is take this tape, pop it down on there, give it a little press. Might need to fix these just a little bit. Don't want them to be too crooked or anything like that. Let's see what we think. Okay, that E needs to come down just a little bit. What do we think about 4? Okay, I think I like that. So now what I'm going to do is get my glue on here. I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to stick this down. Let the tape kind of hold it in place until I can push it all down. And just that quick, except for right there. Must have missed that, not held that down. Okay. Now, yep, that is on there. And then the next thing that we need to do is get holidays on there. So I am going to be using my tweezers. Smaller pieces are a little harder to grab a hold of. So I just use my vinyl tweezers to hold on to stuff. I am not left-handed, so that was a bit shaky. Added these longer cutouts so that if you wanted to do ribbon, that ribbon would fit. Guys, we are all finished. This is it. We have completely painted and assembled our first DIY craft kit together. Our Home for the Holidays DIY craft kit. I love how this turned out. I hope that if you make this, that you will share your results with me. I'm excited to see what other people can come up with and create. I almost wish I would have done more of like a girly pink Christmas, you know, maybe doing like a pastel pink house, and I don't know, just maybe a little bit darker pink, done the lettering differently, but you know, Christmas has always been red and green. Now the only thing left that we have to do is add our ribbon. And I did create, and I think that I mentioned this prior, but I did create these wider cutout spaces here for this exact purpose. I wanted to be able to use a ribbon for the hanging part. I mean, I could use this, or I could use the gingham. No, because I don't like that the reds aren't close enough together. So I think I'm going to just keep it simple. Okay. I'm just going to keep this simple. I'm going to fold this in half just to make sure that I get it through there. Okay. Because I want my knots to be in the back. I do not like the knots in the front. So we are just going to tie a little knot here, and you can embellish this. You can add greenery. I think that should hold pretty good. And I don't know that I want my hanger to be very long. So this is a really long piece of ribbon. It's actually something I just ordered it this way. It wasn't on a roll or anything. So I am just going to loop this through exactly how it is. And then that way I don't cut off too much and I don't cut off too little. So again, I'm going to fold this part on here just so I can get it through. And as you can see, it pulls right through. Not a big deal. Let's make sure that we don't have this twisted in there. Which way does that need to go? Flip that around just like that. Okay. So I think for me, for my liking, I like where that is. So I am going to, again, take this big long piece here and I'm going to wrap it, grab a hold of it, and yes, I'm going to pull this all the way through, holding on to that knot. No, I don't do this all the time, but I'm being a little picky here, I guess. Okay, and I don't want that to get too much shorter, so I'm going to kind of work this through just like that. Yeah, I think that'll work perfectly. Like I said, you could add some greenery to the front of this if you wanted to. I will not be doing that. I like it exactly how it is. Let me snip this off. I don't think I would add a bow to this just because I think it looks great just the way it is. Thank you all so very much for being with me today. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you. And if you are still here, know that, well, you're a real trooper. This took me way longer than I expected, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to figure things out as we go, and there is nothing wrong with that. Again, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for your time. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did as well. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting.